Anshul Abjit, according to Syed Zafar Islam, the earlier system of which the Congress was the beneficiary was cash and carry. Then you were in power and the belief was maximum money went to the Congress and it was in cash. Now at least it's coming through the bonds to State Bank of India, and therefore he believes it's an improvement on the past. Your response?
Let me use very harsh words, Rajdeep. It's a legalized scam. There is nothing else what it is. And Mr. Zafar Islam has made a shocking connection between an enormous amount of funds and winnability in an election, which he seems to suggest is a self-perpetuating system. So you keep winning and the more money you get. That's exactly what the level playing field is not about. You need a level playing field, and this program is all about creating that level playing field. Transparency, yeah, sure, it's very, very transparent, but it's transparent only for the party in power, for the BJP. And, we've been saying all along, they know who's going to vote, who's funded them, they know who hasn't, and they perfected the art of vendetta politics. So there is opaqueness on one side.
But what is the better system, Anshul? What is the better system, given the fact that the earlier system was seen to be heavily loaded in favor of cash collection, and that your party was seen to be a beneficiary? Give me a better system. What's the better system then?
You can't replace it by another skewed system. You've also institutionalized bribery here. For the first time in our electoral process, corruption has become a statutory part. There is extortion here. There are all kinds of allegations. And the second point is, there were severe objections to the passing of the electoral bond scheme by the members of the team, by the members of the finance ministry. It was hastily done. We all know the expose that came out. It was hastily done in 3 days. The RBI had severe objections to the particular scheme. It said that it's going to lead to a lot of black money, cross-border counterfeiting of notes. And, there were a number of objections that were raised. But regardless of that, we know that the BJP is not some paragon of virtue. But the shameless way which it is pressed through this bill, I mean, it's astonishing. And that is a bigger problem. The overreach of the executive and the shameless manner in which it goes through bill after bill, whether it's environmental bills, it's IT bills, whether it's farm laws, whether it's citizenship, anything else. The executive power of this government is overreaching, and it's alarming. And this is the larger question.
Yeah, no, I want you to respond, Zafar Islam, because you were in the Rajya Sabha, and the belief is this was passed as a money bill, right? It was passed as a money bill because you were afraid of whether you would have the numbers at the time, and you might have been defeated in the Rajya Sabha. Let's be honest. I asked you a question that you've not answered. How do I, as a citizen of this country, know which corporate is giving how much of money to which political party? Should I not have the right to know, as I have in the United States?
I'm really surprised, Rajdeep. You are not appreciating the efforts of the government to bring transparency. Having said that, let me ask you.
What is the transparency? Sorry, Mr. Zafar Islam. No, you're not. No. Please tell me, how is it transparent? I am a tax-paying citizen in this country, and you get 2,500 crores, and the other parties get a fraction of that. You're calling it transparent when you don't tell me who's paying. Who is that corporate who's giving you all the money?
That system is so transparent that you know today that how much BJP is getting, how much the other party is getting. Secondly, in earlier system, you never had that transparency. How much cash being collected by Congress party? Can you give me a figure, please?
Good point.
How much a party leader was taking out of that cash to their home? Do you have the numbers? Today, there is a transparent process there. A corporate, whoever is a corporate, and not on the basis of quid pro. It is basis of the, they feel that they need to contribute to a certain political party. They are contributing.
No, given what you are saying, Tarlochan Shastri, there's a point in what Zafar Islam says, to the extent that the earlier system was based on pure cash or large amounts of cash at election time. Is there a better answer between electoral bonds that are seen as opaque because I don't know who is paying how much of money to which party, and the earlier cash system? Is there a better system?
You see, I think there is a lot of confusion which is being created deliberately. The earlier system, in the electoral trust case, the Central Information Commission had given a clear ruling that the audited accounts of the political party shall be made transparent and public. ADR had fought and won that. And after that, every corporate that was funding the political parties was publicly known. So it is not that it was not known earlier. Now on this cash business which they are raising, I have no idea about the cash. These political parties probably know it better. If there was cash which was being given earlier, there is nothing which prevents cash from being given now. Just by saying that cash shall not be given because there is electoral bonds is very naive. I can say, based on our work in the villages of South India, that huge amounts of cash are used in the elections very freely, and even after the electoral bond. So the cash is a red herring. Let's just for cash pehle bhi hota tha, abhi bhi hai. It is not that cash has disappeared because of electoral bonds.
I
But
have
the earlier system of corporate funding is much more transparent. It was much more transparent because, you know, there are so many electoral trusts from various corporates and everybody knew who is funding whom. It was public knowledge.